Good now. Nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Derek, and this is Hatha Yoga. Long ago, Hercules, he had an assignment, and part of his assignment involved that he needed to go to the doorstep of Hades and go down there, take care of some business. Maybe they were having a sale on pomegranates, or there was a golden fleece, perhaps, that was particularly enticing at the bottom of the well, or rescue Persephone herself. Or I don't recall exactly his business, but he had cause to enter, but there was an obstacle, and in the form of Hydra, which was this serpent figure that had multiple heads. And Hercules is something like the Indian equivalent of Hanuman, in that, he's a stout figure and, strong, and he wields a club the same way Hanuman does. And so he's going at Hydra with his club, and every time he dismantles one of Hydra's heads, two more come back. And, the problem just exponentially gets more compounded. And in the yoga Hindu tradition, they tell a similar tale of this bull-like demon who, every time one of his drops of blood strikes the earth, two more of him sprout up. So this is a great dilemma for Durga, who's at war with this creature, and she finally comes around to focusing all of her powers and capacities right here, right here, right here, and from here emerges Kali. Kali comes out, and she's looking very wrathful and like borderline demonic as well, but that's kind of the essence of her concentration, the distillation of her power. And together they defeat the demon. I hear in that you need to recruit your shadow if on this journey. I also hear that this is the saga of our to-do list as well, that for everything that we may etch off of the list, lo and behold, two more responsibilities emerge, or the genesis are born of your victory, of your veiled victory. So take note of what it is that we focus on. And yoga's potentially something of an ultimate solution to this human dilemma of doing that we find ourselves in. There's another tale. So the Zeus-like figure of the Hindu pantheon, his name is Indra, king of the gods. That's what they called him. That's what they called Zeus too. Maybe it was the same chap, just little different, toga here or there. So Indra's got a net, and it's an enormous net. In fact, it's so big that it envelops the entire creation. And so this net is our bondage. We're here. We're in a mortal predicament. And nobody gets out of here alive. I don't know if you've picked up on that one just yet, but what am I going to do? Right, this question, and we're met with some joy along the journey as well. Though, you know, the human path it has its ups and downs that are inevitable. This incarnation is not always smooth sailing, and even when it is smooth sailing, it's relative. It's a temporary ride. So this is the net. But the saving grace of this net is that at every juncture where the lines intercede, there's a jewel. And the beauty of this jewel, like the essence of what's holding the whole net together at its like most vulnerable point, is this jewel. The essence of this jewel is that it reflects all the other jewels in Indra's net. So by peering into one facet of our particular life scenario, we can have an appreciation or vision of the greater totality, and how our bondage is really the like Kali, summoning your shadow. That our bondage is our means of realization, right? All the other jewels and points of freedom thoroughly accounted for. And by the way, this is where all the stars come from too. So it's a lovely display of this net of bondage. As a yoga teacher, we've embarked on the study of, for this month, we're taking a look at the bandhas, the locks, the seals of the Hatha Yoga system, which last week I shared with you is like a condensed asana. It's like 10 asanas kind of rolled into one. And it's very concentrated methodology. Invariably, it puts you could do asana, haphazardly and not really pay attention to your breathing and get through it okay. Bandhas don't work like that. Not to do them effectively and properly. They require a different degree of breath regulation and attention and discipline and interface. So it's a more concentrated, direct methodology, in so much as, concentration and movement of prana, stilling of your thoughts are concerned, right? More of the deeper ingredients of this whole yoga process. And bandhas interface not only with your breath, but they interface with your energy body, or specifically the Vayu system, which is like 5 energetic humors. And if you want to complicate things a bit more, there's another map with 10 of them. So we're back to Indra's net. Here we are again, right? And this is the dilemma as dilemma. This is the circumstance of us, not only as yoga teachers, but yoga practitioners. The further we go into this matrix of the system, it starts to unfold and reveal other dimensions and other aspects. You lean on particular theories. Maybe you find some opposing theory out there. And learning to navigate this net and see the jewels and see the interrelatedness, one class at a time, really. So to properly understand bandhas, teachings around the 5 Vayus are also helpful. You can just know this in your own experience too, which is probably the most fundamental part of all this. But meanwhile, in the backdrop, plot shift, there's this Vayu system that's going on. And I'll just speak of one of the 5 of the 10 which is Apanavayu. Get to know Apanavayu. Apanavayu is your most esteemed ally. This is the force of not just grounding, but the word that's more literally used is reductive, like reducing. The clarity of less, put it that way. The clarity of less. You ever cleaned out a closet and just felt like a wave of relief, even as you look at that same closed door that's that is facing you on that side? Same door, but you look at it and there's just a different association and a different chi that's going on at that door. And the same is true for physical illumination, right? Just a sense of lightness and a sense of like less that feels more whole. Use that bodily example, right? So apana is the energy of illumination. The letting go of, well, first of all, its overall nature is downward moving. And there's illumination kinds of downward moving and other kinds of like childbirth. I wouldn't consider that illumination. I consider that, just downward moving. It's responsible for this kind of downward moving experience or energy. And that's those are the waters we'll swim in this evening. That's the practice we'll do in direct relationship with Mulaband, or the root lock, the first of the three. Okay, so the experiential plot point. All right, peace, friends. Let's start on our backs this evening.